All right, here we have it right here. We got the Golden State Warriors and the Phoenix Suns, two of the top teams in the NBA, the most anticipated game of the year thus far, and the hottest team in the NBA right now in the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker knocking down the early jumper, even though he did leave the game early with an injury. We'll talk about that later. Steph Curry, one of his few threes. Jordan Poole takes off in transition. Big night for the youngster right there. Not 27 big points, knocks down the three, comes through again, knocks down another three. Golden State takes the lead early. Looked like they would take control of this game. Chioza with the rebound right here. Kicks it out to Steph for another three-point shot. The Warriors actually went up 9 points, but the Phoenix Suns were not going away. Devin Booker right here gets bumped on the drive, and this is where he hurts his left hamstring. Left hamstring is injured. Devin Booker is out for the game, and this was a real test for the Phoenix Suns. They now have to play the rest of this game without their best scorer, but Chris Paul was not having any of that. This is where he decided to take over the game along with DeAndre Ayton in their inside-outside attack. All right, second half starts right here. Chris Paul with like a whirling shot right here. Probably the best mid-range player in the league. All right, in this defense with Mikal Bridges breaking out on the dunk, this is what kept them afloat with Devin Booker on the bench. But we see Gary Payton with a massive dunk right there. Suns had jumped out to a big lead. The Warriors fought back, tied the game, but they didn't have an answer for DeAndre Ayton in the paint. They did not have an answer. This man dominated in the paint with another double-double. And then we have Crowder right here just knocking down. Every time Golden State made a run, the Suns would find players to knock down crucial threes, just like we see right there. 3 minutes to go. Phoenix back up 5. Chris Paul just in the lane. Again, another unstoppable force. They had no answers. They had no rim protectors. And then Chris Paul once again probing, getting into the middle of the lane. And Shamet seals the deal, man. Knocks down a big-time dagger three. Golden State Warriors 96-104. And we can run down the stats really quickly right here. The Phoenix Suns absolutely just controlled the pace of this game. And we're going to talk about some of the things that's helped them remain undefeated in the month of November. We're just going to get to the stats. As we said earlier, Jordan Poole, 28 points, man. Came up big, even though Steph Curry had an off night. And even Monty Williams mentioned this. I don't know if it was the defense or if Steph had an off night. Either way, you have to credit the Suns. But Jordan Poole, 28 points on 9 of 15 shooting. Otto Porter, 16. Steph Curry, man, disappeared. 12 points on 4-21 shooting, man. Gotta congratulate the Phoenix Suns for playing great defense there. And Draymond Green, 8 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Wiggins, this is one of the other guys, man. When you talk about Jordan Poole, okay, who's that other scorer? Steph's having an off night. It's supposed to be Wiggins. Wiggins a quiet night with 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, but he did go into the game with a back issue. It was questionable if he was even going to play tonight, but he pushed through, he fought through, he gave him what he could, and he looked like a shell of himself today. His athleticism wasn't there, with Ayton stopping him at the rim multiple times. When we talk about the Phoenix Suns, again, this Phoenix Suns team definitely impressive at home today. DeAndre Ayton with a big-time double-double, 24 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. Chris Paul, it's quiet in the scoring column, but he had an imprint on this game with his defense. You see 5 steals right there and 11 assists. He always found the open guy, especially when they needed big buckets, when Golden State was making that run. Cam Johnson, big-time game coming off the bench, 14 points. Devin Booker, 10 points, but he did leave the game with the injury. We're going to give you guys an update on that injury, hopefully tomorrow when we get more news. But like I said before, I want to talk about some of the statistics that I feel are propelling the Phoenix Suns to this crazy win streak. Now up to 17 games. Suns are now 18-3. But let's talk about some of the primary categories, the primary stats that I think have propelled them to this massive win streak. All right, and when we look at this win streak, these are some of the statistics that I think stand out the most during this win streak. 48% from the field, right, over the last 13 games. First in the NBA, right, off the pick and roll, They're scoring the most points off the pick and roll, or at least second in the league. The defensive efficiency is second in the league to Golden State, and their pace is third in the league. Combined, this has made them have one of the most diversified attacks in the game. They're extremely hard to defend. And on the flip side, they defend like no other. They defend just like any of the best teams in the league, similar to Utah and Golden State, but they can also put it in the basket on the offensive end. So when we talk about a team in the Phoenix Suns, we're talking about a team that many people question. A lot of people question, can they duplicate their performance of last year? Can they stay at the top of the West? Can they make another run to the Western Conference Finals? And the way it's looking right now, it's looking like the Phoenix Suns are making a lot of people eat their words, as they look like arguably the best team in basketball. All right, Golden State Warriors definitely had an off night. Things did not look like they were clicking. But the Golden State Warriors, when the playoff time resumes, their roster is going to look a little different. They're going to have a guy by the name of Klay Thompson back. They're going to have James Wiseman back. All right. And when they get those two guys back, you're talking about two starting caliber guys with Klay Thompson, one of the best shooters in the world. Are things going to look a little different when they see the Phoenix Suns again? Now, with regards to the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker's left that game with a hamstring injury, and it just seems like there must be just a hamstring curse with the Phoenix Suns, because Chris Paul has always been hampered with hamstring injuries. DeAndre Ayton dealt with a hamstring injury of his own a year back. Now Devin Booker is dealing with a hamstring injury. We have no idea how serious this is or what grade a strain this potentially is, but we need to keep an eye on that, because if they want to keep this win streak alive going into December, they're going to need Devin Booker back. They're not going to be able to keep this thing going without one of the most premier scorers in the league in Devin Booker. So Monty Williams has a lot of things to address. Either way, guys are coming off the bench. When we talk about Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, when guys go down, even when DeAndre Ayton was out this year, we saw Frank Kaminsky step up. All right, now Devin Booker went down. We saw Cam Johnson step up and have a big game. So the Phoenix Suns are proving to be a very resilient team, even amongst the doubt coming into the season. A lot of people put them in the same bundle as the Utah Jazz, just one of those teams where we just kind of felt like it's a fluke, or we label them as a regular season team without much of a chance to beat the best teams in the league in a 7-game series. But we're going to wrap up tonight's highlights. Game of the day, Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors. The Phoenix Suns take this one, 104-96. Make sure you guys hit us up in the comment sections. Let us know what you think about this game. Let us know your thoughts about Steph Curry essentially getting shut down. 421 from the field, 2 assists, 12 points. I mean, does this hurt him with regards to the MVP race? All right. Are other guys now, eclipsing them at the top of that particular mantle? Right now, or at least as of last week, Steph Curry led the MVP race in the power rankings. But could that change come next week after a dominant performance by the Phoenix Suns over the Golden State Warriors? Hey, but this is FYF Sports, man. Another great podcast episode. We're going to be back with more sports and news highlights later this week. Make sure you stay tuned in for these game of the day updates and more. We're going to do this a lot more often. And again, this is just something that you guys requested. You say you love it, so we're going to keep giving it to you. Hey, but it's FYF Sports, man. And we out.